welcome to Remotely Entertaining. We are super remote right now, actually. We're about 20 miles outside of Austin at HBO's activation for their show Westworld. We're going to talk to Westworld's makers, HBO, and Giant Spoon, who helped put all of this together. But first, a quick message from our sponsor, Quantcast. We'll be right back after that. I'm here with Trevor Guthrie, co-founder of Giant Spoon, and they're the agency that helped put all of this together. Trevor, kind of from start to finish, can you walk us through what people will go through when they're going through this whole Westworld thing?
So the experience starts in downtown Austin. So we have a Delos headquarters that's sitting down there. You load in, you build a profile for what you're going to experience in Westworld. You get a hat, so a hat's chosen for you, black or white. Some of your information is entered into the system, and then that's then ported into the park. From there, you load onto a bus. There's a tourism experience kind of welcoming you into Westworld and what you're going to experience at Sweetwater. You bus out to where we have this activation, and then you get off the bus. And so the first thing you see when you get off the bus is the portals. This is the entrance into the park. You go through the portal. When you go in, you can see there's a case of weaponry. There's hats within there. And you open the door and you enter the train car. So just like the television series Westworld, that's where they start the journey into Sweetwater. You start at the same place. And as soon as you enter that car, the narrative begins, and you can start to interact with what's going on. When you get off the train car, you're now in the town of Sweetwater, and there's a bunch of different sections of it, and you kind of can envelope yourself throughout it. Some key things that sit in there: there's a general store, there's a brothel, there's a post office with like a postmaster, and everybody has mail waiting for them. Within that letter, there's a narrative that you can then use to explore further into the story. There's the Coronado, which is a hotel bar. There's like custom drinks that are going on in there. There's live bands playing. There's a barber shop doing hot shaves. So as you go further back into the park, there's a bunch of different elements that you can start to explore. So
there's actors everywhere. I mean, it's like super immersive. I got bowled over by a drunk dude.
Yeah.
It's super, like, you guys had to hire people. Can you talk about that?
So the experience is incredibly authentic. So like every detail that the team put together, from the set design that you see to all the character actors that we have playing. There's over 60 actors within the experience. There was over 450 pages of script written that is being played out throughout the park. So there's a lot of hidden like details and Easter eggs that you can kind of unpack about Westworld. So there's no set amount of time for someone to stay in Westworld. It's up to that person how long they want to go through the narrative and what they want to experience. So we have people spending most of the day here and kind of unpacking as much as they can and trying to discover as much. I saw somebody get back in line and like wait again for the next day because they felt like they hadn't unpacked enough of it. But it's very much about the person. So it's just like if someone was going to go to Sweetwater, they get to go down the path they want to choose and live out their fantasy.
This is like an actual ghost town.
Yep.
You guys found this, you scouted it out, and then kind of built on top of it.
Yeah, so I think that's a fun part, is like, how do we find this ghost town and how do we get into it? So, this ghost town existed here. It was the right proximity outside of downtown Austin. So we knew that, okay, this might make sense to get people out here and it would be worth the experience. So we had a team come down here and we flew drones over the site to kind of build a schematic around it. We threw it through, flew the drones. Gunfight.
Oh my God.
We flew the drones through the streets to kind of map out what it was going to look like, and then went back to our office in New York and started to put together CAD files of what it was going to look like.
So what you doing? You found anybody yet? You cause any more trouble?
I dug a grave.
You dug a grave?
Dug a grave.
Well, it don't do no damn good unless you put somebody in it.
Hi, I'm here with Stephen Cardwell, Director of Program Marketing at HBO. We're sitting in the saloon at Westworld. So Stephen, tell me a little bit about some of the lead up to this. I know you guys kind of had some ads going, tourism campaign to get the buzz going. Talk about that.
So we, just the idea of Westworld, the show is, it is an immersive entertainment experience. Guests travel to a park to live out their wildest fantasies. So it really was a no-brainer for us to bring that to the real world, and Austin was the perfect place to do it. So to help drum up, excitement for us coming here, we launched a faux park tourism campaign. And this whole campaign was in-world. This was not HBO is bringing in activation. This is Delos, which is the company that runs Westworld, is actually inviting you to come join the park. So we took out ads in Austin, lots of outdoor. We came up with a fun park promo that we ran on local TV here. And the ad really just pushed the feeling that you're going to get when you come to the park without actually showing you really anything inside.
So I know there's a couple of neat brand partnerships. I think there were some people tweeting about being in a lift that was taking them over. Can you talk about one or two of those?
We really wanted to extend the narrative to journeying to the park. So when we were looking at partners to help kind of amplify our activation, we really looked at travel partners because they begin that consumer journey from point A to Westworld. So our first partnership was with Delta. They offer a shuttle flight to Austin from LA, and that is curated with influencers, media types. UTA kind of coordinates that whole process, and we essentially reskinned the entire experience as a trip to Westworld. We had Westworld on the boarding gate. We had a few of our Sweetwater locals lost trying to get home. Our Delos hosts at a brunch. Everyone got a black hat or white hat based on a personality assessment. We had our captain wearing a hat, a white hat, but just a really fun experience, and it was so lively, and everyone was so excited to be on that flight.
Stephen, thank you so much. This was awesome.
Enjoy the park. Don't get in too much trouble. But check out the Coronado. There's some stiff drinks there.
Okay, I do need one of those. Thank you.